What's going on, everybody? I'm Kevin the Cold Brew Mechanic, and if you don't know this, I'm in Florida. What do we have in Florida? We have gators. You know, the big, long, man-eating type. They really don't eat man. But one thing that you don't know the type of gator that we have here in Florida, we got coffee gators. Alright, and if you don't know me, I'm Kevin the Cold Brew Mechanic, also known as Kevin from Cigar Prop, and I have cheesy intros. I'll try and do one every single time if something comes to me. So, this is my first real product review on cold brew makers. Now, I have decided, and I was on the fence about this. I have decided to hold every cold brew maker to a bar that Rumble Jar has set. This is the single best cold brew maker on the market, hands down. It is simple, it is easy, it makes the best cold brew every single time. And I paid for this, so I don't have any affiliation with this company. I don't have any affiliation with Rumble Jar. I just like that maker. So before we get into this, we're gonna do another full review. I reviewed this a while ago for the Cigar Prop. Rumble Jar is simple. This is one of their bigger ones. I have a smaller one. That's all it is. Stainless steel mesh top, that's it. Put it, seal it up there, put it here. Now it comes with your typical mason jar lids. I love these new plastic ones I just found that has a cap on here. So if you're brewing this, especially in a smaller mason jar, you pull it out, the screen, you have a little spot left for ice, milk, your sugar, shake it up, drink it straight from the mason jar. So, but we're not talking about the Rumble Jar. We're talking about the Coffee Gator. Now, I had high hopes for this, and not saying, and it's not an indication of whether I liked it or not. It's cool. It's glass. I like that. It unscrews. So we've got, now that, oh, there's the gasket. One thing I do love about this one, not that this is hard to clean either way, but it's got an unscrew a cap, so you can get it all cleaned out perfectly. You just slide that back in. I'll pop this gasket off before I lose it. With this attached, you can still pull this off. You can pour your cold brew. The grinds are going to stay inside there, and that's pretty much it. Comes with directions. It also comes with this cool collapsible funnel and this little scoop, 1/8 cup, 30 milliliters. I really don't. I mean, they could probably do without this. So they have directions in there. You pour X amount of grams of coffee and then X amount of water, and they give all these details. It's pretty unnecessary because when I measured out, I got my scale. I measured out to the gram, and you know what? It just filled this up. You just fill this up. You know that's what it broke down to. You know how much water to put in here? When this is in here, you put it in all the way up, and that's exactly how much water. So I don't know. So kind of weird direction. I followed the directions to the T, and then I found that out. So I love this funnel. I don't have a funnel, and this thing is super awesome. So I'm assuming I'm gonna have to go look on Amazon and see if these are available. If they are, I'll leave a link down below. This is useless. Everybody has a scoop. You can use a regular spoon. That's the word I was looking for. So now the only downfall that the only things I've heard online negative about this is the time it takes to brew cold brew. Now it'll say 12 to 18 hours. I always go 24 hours because I like mine a little bit stronger. And this one, I did end up letting sit for 48 hours because it was still just too clear. I brewed 2 side by side using this and then using the smaller rumble jar. And after 24 hours, the rumble jar was much darker than this. But after 48 hours, the color of this cold brew matched my rumble jar. So that's telling me that the rumble jars stainless holes are letting more fluid in and out, extracting more. This would work better if you were able to shake it. I really think that is the key, and that's the key to the rumble jar. Is I'll put fill this up, shake it up really good, and then also as I go to the fridge occasionally to get whatever soda out, I'll see that in there. I'll just give it a shake and put it back in there, and I'll usually do that at least twice within the 24-hour period. So yeah, but I tried shaking this. I tried holding the lid and it was awkward, and it still spilled out a little bit. I really think that if a little bit of a redesign, I don't know, they're obviously not, they're not going to redesign this. I think that's the key is shaking it up, getting those grounds moving in there, getting more water flowing through there. Would definitely help. It still made a good cold brew. Out of all this is still going to get me two cups of cold brew. So I don't know. And what do you do? Here's why I hold everything to the rumble jar. So these hold approximately the same amount of liquid, approximately. You know, I can get two cups out of this also. When I'm down to like 1 cup, yeah, I just take out my insert and I put, this is just a ball mason jar. That's all rumble jar sends you. So I take this out, empty it out, and I put it in another mason jar. You know, you can pick the mason jars fairly cheap. And then I've always got cold brew making. So you would have, sorry, trash day. Weird cut right there. So with this one, I get down to 1 cup, unscrew it. Do I pour this into something else and get, because I have a cold brew every single day, 7 days a week. So do I pour this into something else, start a fresh batch, and they're gonna have to wait 2 days? Because now I drank 1 cup, I drink 1 cup tomorrow, I don't have another cup for the next day because it takes 2 days to brew this. Even if you did it in a day, which I think it just takes longer to make. I think there's just, obviously you can see on this, the surface area all the way around, versus this, there are, well actually it's hard to see. You know, there's less holes. This does have its perks. I love this right here. That is so cool. I love having the spout, which is super awesome. I'm definitely not going to throw this away. And honestly, what I will probably do is I will put this in a drawer and never use that again. Put this right there because this is a good seal that's got a gasket on there. And then I'll probably keep my cold brew when I get down to like a cup here, and which is what I normally do anyways. I'll mix my cold brew. I've always got different cold brews going. I put a little piece of tape on there because it's just easier to tell me which ones I got, and I'm always excited to try new ones, so I end up just mixing cold, and sometimes I mix these amazing blends, and which you can never recreate. You know, it's a quarter cup of Busy to a half a cup of Death Wish to a half a cup of the Dunkin'. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I like this. I like being able to take the lid off. I like pouring it. So I think I'll just keep this in the fridge for all my various concoctions. I don't think it works as well as the Rumble jar. And like I said, even on this one, it's not too hard to, you know, you pop that off and you can still pour it. But I don't know. It's does it beat the Rumble jar? Does it make me want to get rid of my Rumble jar? Nope, not in the least bit. It's definitely a good, high quality, well-made product. But in my opinion, and this is, like I said at the beginning, going forward, I'm holding every cold brew maker against the Rumble jar. And this one does not beat the Rumble jar for ease of use, for just transferability of the scent, the strainer. I think the strainer's better. It produces a better coffee. Sediment wise, like you always get a little bit of sediment in the bottom. They both produce just about the same amount. So I mean, that really wasn't an issue here. Plus sometimes I like the sediment. I like getting down to the bottom and using the last bit of that. It makes it a little more tart and stronger. So yes, the Coffee Gator, an absolute fantastically made, high quality product, but I just don't think if you're in the market for a cold brew maker, I don't think this is the one for you. I think for the same price or right at a couple dollars more, I really think you should be going with the Rumble jar. So. All right, cats and kittens, that's all I got for today. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'm always in the search for new cold brew makers to review on this channel. I'm having to buy all of these myself, maybe eventually once the channel grows. I'll get some people to send me some at no charge to try out. So if you're using a cold brew maker similar to something like this, right around the $30 or less price range, leave me a comment down below. Maybe I'll pick one up and then give it a try. So until next time, keep brewing. We're still looking for that end tagline. So keep it cold. I don't know.